It started with a delay. Not big, maybe half a second. Enough for him to notice, not enough for anyone else to believe. Jack moved into apartment 12B after the divorce. Cheap rent, decent location, furniture included, including an old standing mirror that leaned against the bedroom wall. It was tall, heavy, framed in wood so dark it looked black under any light. The first morning, when he was putting on his tie, he noticed the reflection was a little off. He turned his head to the right. The reflection followed, but a blink later, he laughed it off. Sleep deprivation, he told himself. He was used to glitches. His whole life was one lately. By the third day, the mirror's surface looked a little darker. Not dirty, deep, like you could sink into it. He tried wiping it. The cloth came away clean. He stood there for a minute, breathing through his nose, watching his own chest rise. The reflection's breath looked slightly out of rhythm. He started filming on his phone. He stood in front of the mirror and waved. The reflection waved. Then, just once, he blinked. The reflection didn't. That was when he stopped filming. He told himself it was stress. He was alone too long. He kept the lights on. He started sleeping on the couch. But every morning, when he walked past the bedroom door, the mirror seemed a little closer. He didn't remember moving it. At night, the apartment felt charged. The kind of air that makes the hair on your arms stand up, like static before lightning. Sometimes he'd wake at 2 or 3 a.m. to faint scratching from the bedroom. Not loud, not fast, just measured. He'd freeze in bed, listening, telling himself, it's pipes, it's rats. But he didn't believe himself anymore. On the 6th night, he unplugged everything with a cord. No TV, no lamps. He even took the batteries out of the smoke alarm. Just silence. But at 3:11 a.m., he heard a faint tap from behind the mirror. Not on it, behind it, like a knuckle testing the wall. He turned on his phone light and crept closer. The glass looked darker than before, almost black, but not a reflection of the room. It was a reflection of something else, like a room the same size as his, but a few inches deeper and darker and waiting. Then he saw himself move, even though he hadn't. The reflection raised its hand, palm open. He froze. His pulse hit the inside of his throat. He lowered his hand slowly. The reflection didn't lower it. It just stayed there, palm against the glass, until Jack stepped back. Then it smiled. He dragged the mirror into the hallway and covered it with a blanket. He couldn't throw it away. It was too heavy, and something in him didn't want to touch the bare frame again. He slept with the bedroom door closed. But the next morning, the mirror was back in the bedroom, leaning against the same wall. The blanket was gone. He thought he was losing his mind. He grabbed a hammer, smashed the corner of the glass. It didn't break clean. The shards split into long, thin lines, like veins. Behind the glass, for a fraction of a second, he saw an eye looking back. Not his. He stumbled backward, hit the wall, and stayed there until morning light washed the edges of the room. The cracks were gone. The glass was perfect, and his reflection was smiling again. He called the landlord, told him he wanted the mirror gone. The landlord sounded bored. Ugh, that old thing. Tenants always complain. It's built in, can't move it. Previous owner said it's original from the hotel this building used to be. Jack looked at the reflection as the landlord spoke. It was mouthing the same words, but a beat too late. And when the call ended, the reflection kept talking. Its mouth still moved, silently. He turned off the lights, left the room, closed the door. From the other side, faintly, he heard a voice, his own, say, "Don't close me out." That night, the scratching came back. But this time, it wasn't from behind the mirror. It was from inside the apartment wall, following him, matching his steps. When he stood still, it stopped. When he moved, It followed. When he whispered, "Who's there?" the scratching whispered back. At dawn, he decided to leave. He packed a single bag, keys in his hand. As he crossed the hall, the bathroom mirror caught his eye. His reflection was still standing in the bedroom. Behind it, the dark version of his room stretched deeper than it should. It smiled, raised a hand, and flicked the light switch. The apartment went black. When police entered 2 days later, they found his phone in the kitchen, camera app open, filming the mirror. In the final frame, the glass was cracked from the inside out, and the reflection was gone.